to, what did you put for yours?
Mine were, what is it? THV. Mine's THV in that order. Team building, visionary, and, sorry, what did I say? TH, yeah, team building, harmonizer, and visionary. So for me, it's really about, shalom everybody. For me, it's, I Bashida don't dance on trips. It's awesome because if I do, I might build an instrument at some point. So smart of don't dance. Anyway, for me, it's really I begin with team building, and I'm a big believer in building communities and inspiring people through action. So for me, like I'll start my trips with getting people on the trip to be very involved in either helping one another. I'll do similar things like we're doing today, where I'll break up the group into different groups on the trip itself and create different team leaders and get them to kind of think about themselves a little differently, share that way, come up.
Example of team leaders?
So say that again.
What would be examples of team leaders?
So a team leader is like I would have let's say the group of 40. You have let's say 4 groups or 8 groups, however you want to break up your bus. 4 groups is a lot already to manage. So the team leaders would be people that I won't assign the team leaders. They're usually self-selecting because they have a lot of work to do. So I would tell them like you have to come up with like a team name, you have to come up with like a team chant, you have to name yourself, and you have to report to me throughout the day because I'm going to give you as a group small activities. I do this the first 2 or 3 days of the trip. And what ends up happening is like they kind of like this already like Rabbi Goldhar's is tapping into this power of creating and team building by getting you to work with other people solving problems. It opens you up faster to being receptive to hearing instructions from other people. It opens you up to communicate and share in a way that you might not have been before. Talk about ice breaking. This is the ultimate form of icebreakers happening on a trip. It just really creates a sense of camaraderie. And what ends up happening is that what I'll do is I'll even create I'll have them fight against each other. Like on some of the things we'll do, we'll have like we're going, bike riding, or we're doing some type of hike, and I'll say like the first group, as a group, to get back to the bus to do X, Y, and Z. I'll take them out for a round of beer on me, or if it's I'm taking them out for dinner, whatever it is. I'm finding a creative way to kind of incentivize them to work together as a team. Eventually, what I end up doing is I disband the groups. And then I'll create just 2 teams, and I'll just divide the group in half. And this is like as we're going on, and eventually they become one group. But the idea is really to come up with creative different ways of empowering the students to be more involved in working together as a group, as a team. So one of the things that I do is, I'll tell the students that when we get to the hotel, there's always a lachatz to get the stuff off the bus into the lobby and into the room. It's like it's hard. It could take up to an hour and a half. There's only one elevator in Israel, and the elevators are like 2 by 2.
You guys relate to that?
And
yeah, you're really good, right?
The elevators are really small, and you're all always on like the 15th floor, and you have like 50, 60, 70 pieces of suitcases that got to go up this elevator. So there's the first challenge is getting everyone off the bus. The second challenge is getting into the hotel. And then getting everyone's stuff up to the room, and that you can waste 3 hours. I've been on a birthright trip where I wasted 3.5 hours with a group just trying to get into a hotel. And then on birthright, you're moving in and out of a hotel like 10 times in 10 days. You spent like 30 hours on your trip just waiting, getting on and off buses. So what I decided to do was I would create a bunch of leaders that would assign people on the bus whose responsibility was to always make sure that all the bags on the bus get off. So there's no one, doesn't matter. Once the bag's on their bus, once there's a bag on the bus, there's someone who's going to be responsible for taking all the bags off. It's a group of people that do that. Then I have runners, and usually I ask the strongest guys to say, like, are you really fit? Because I usually have these you always have 2 or 3 Herculean people that have gorilla chests that they're there to go ahead and we want a great cardio workout. How many bags can you run up the stairs for our trip? So I end up having different people end up trying to compete as how many suitcases they could run up the stairs for the group. So this way I don't have to worry about elevator time. I don't have to worry about it. It takes me about 40 minutes to get off a bus into a hotel and into my rooms when it's organized properly. So that's just one example of it.